welcome again to some 0K action. It's going to be a free-for-all on the Sandcastles 2 map, and indeed, yes, and like many other free-for-alls from many other games, it'll mostly consist of not much happening, and then all of a sudden, bam, there'll be a rush or some super weapon or something like that will be used. If I remember correctly, I do believe that this particular free-for-all is a bit more action-packed, but in either case, because it's a replay, I'll fast forward past all the slow bits, like that pre-game chatter, thankfully. So we'll just see what's, or rather who's where. So we've got iBurp, what is that, Lburp, whatever, but we'll just call him Burp, playing as Shortbots. Myself, Lightman, playing as Cloakybots. Troll, S-Fire, Nab, who's basically a troll as you'd guess it, playing as Shortbots. And Cloakybots for Echtje. So given that not much is going to happen, let's just speed things up a bit, shall we? Just have a look what's happening on the overall map. So as you can see, everyone's basically just building up. We do have a couple of scouting glaives for Eche, but yeah, they're not really going to be going directly into the enemy's base on action. One of them does try to, but nope, he's going to go back. We do have another one coming in for Eche, and he's going to get destroyed by the LLG, so nothing too surprising there. Guess he just wants to... Indeed. I guess he just wants to see, you know, who's where. As for myself, yeah, just got a couple of scouting glaives as well. Nothing too unexpected. Got a very quick geothermal plant by Burp, actually. In fact, he's actually morphing it up as quickly as possible. And actually, a very quick, well, relatively quick geothermal plant for Echtje. Not yet any geothermal plants for Fire, but yeah, he's finally going to be building one eventually anyway. And as myself, I'll probably be building one eventually as well. So in any case, I'm going to be expanding slowly. We do have a couple of dirtbags presumably being sent out as scouts, doing a bit of damage. Firestab trying to build up a bit there, setting up a dirtbag presumably. Oh no, that was actually Burb's dirtbag being sent up there to do a bit of scouting. From the top left, I'm setting up whatever little defenses I care to set up. So a couple of defenders really, just to provide a bit of area coverage. And unfortunately, I won't be able to stand up against even a token amount of raiders, but better than nothing, I suppose. It does weaken the raiders enough for myself to dispatch them. It looks like Firesnab, on the other hand, is going to be pretty heavily porking up, aka going defensive. As myself, I've actually got crap loads of much more mobile units coming in, including artillery, so his static defenses are not going to be able to do too much. He's actually building up a bit of a shield blob, and he's actually going to be sending it out against me. A couple of felons and a couple of aspices. Actually, it's going to be very annoying, as you can see, but I did manage to weaken his shield enough, and actually I'm going to try to pursue him back to his base, but yeah, unfortunately I'm not able to do so. He's going to be able to heal up his shield units. Didn't really suffer too heavily from that attack. He did manage to take out a couple of structures of mine, not too much though. But yeah, with more artillery coming in, I should be able to safely bombard him as well, especially since we've got the radar tower. And speaking of early stuff, we actually got Burp rushing for a silencer, so how much time has actually elapsed? I'm not entirely sure. Just go to normal speed actually. Well, however long has elapsed, I'm pretty sure this is still a pretty early silencer, to say the least. Just having a look, nobody's building a protector, an anti-nuke. We've actually got a Strider hub by Echtje for some reason, and a Singularity reactor. No anti-nuke though, so let's see what happens. In any case, as you can see, I am going to be attacking Firesnab, and actually that's probably something I should have built instead. I should have built an advanced radar tower though. Oh no, actually, it doesn't actually cover as much as one would hope it would, so probably just building a second one. Yeah, it doesn't really matter, screw it. Probably seeing enough of the map as it is. And this mix as well, actually, I can't really see it there. What if I just do that? There we go. As you can see, actually, what if I just go there? There we go. It's making a pretty decent amount of metal, actually, so yes, Firesnab doing a good job in... not bad. Firesnab doing a good job in actually managing to keep that. A couple of bombers coming in as well. Was that a bomb actually being dropped? I think it is. Not really doing too much in either case. Engine transmission pylon being knocked out, but really not doing too much damage. I think this follow-up force will do a little bit more. This felon definitely being a bit of a pain in the ass with the auspices to recharge its shield, but chances I hope... Well, actually no. He's managing to do quite a bit of damage with this thing actually. its shield is still holding, but nope, it is going to get stuns though. Well, temporarily. If Echtje had a couple of Zeus's to permanently stun lock it, then yeah, Fire Snap would not really stand too much of a chance, but no, as it is, it's actually working out for him. Could have brought a couple of convicts as well just to properly repair it, but still he might actually destroy Echtje's base relatively quickly, especially if he goes for this Moho geothermal plant. That should take out everything here, including the Cloakybot factory, and then it's pretty much curtains for Echtje. He's going to be building a quick stinger, but yeah, it's probably a case of too little too late. As for myself, actually I'm going to be advancing forward, taking out those really annoying felons, and also going to be taking a little bit of air damage. I've actually got my support striker morphing up to level 5, and as you can see, it does have a couple of little drones and all that hovering about him. And we'll see what damage he does later on. At the moment, as you can see, he's just being used to put up some mexes. Probably not the best use of him, especially since he does have a couple of drones. Actually, there we go, the drones are doing a bit of damage. We actually have a crap loads of stilettos coming in, also being a pain in the ass. I think all of my anti-air, whatever anti-air I did have, has been disabled as well, so... well, that really sucks. But thankfully my follow-up forces are still good to go, so I'm going to continue assaulting. We do have one roach coming in, does manage to take out quite a few of my units, but quite a few of my units still managing to survive. And here we go, here's the nuke, very early nuke by Burp. So he does reveal that actually does have a nuke silo there. And what am I building? I'm actually going to be building... Oh no, never mind, I was going to be building a big bertha. I'm actually going to be reclaiming that. That should be my cue to be building up an anti-nuke as quickly as possible. We actually do have an anti-nuke being built up by Fire Snap. I'm going to be retreating from his base in either case, since, well, there's not really going to be much of it left. Although, bizarrely enough, the Singularity Reactor actually survived. I'll be damned. We have a self-destruct also occurring. There we go. A sort of miniature nuclear explosion for the Singularity Reactor, and Fire Snap has gone out in style, I guess. No, it's actually not quite time yet to resign. I do still have my own anti-nuke being built, but really, I should be building it much more quickly than that. In fact, I should have been building it next to these caretakers and assigned the caretakers to build it. But I do have quite a few shadows though, so I might be able to take out. I might be able to take out his nuclear silo if I act quickly enough. Definitely have enough shadows to accomplish that, and we don't really have too much in terms of anti-air. Well, okay, we do have this screamer, which is very slowly being built up. Hopefully I'll be attacking before then. There we go, I'm going to finally be moving my guys in. And yeah, Fire Snap is going to be, or S-Fire Nab is going to be complaining, of course. We actually do have a, well, something else happened here. I don't think a nuke struck this area, or maybe it did actually. In any case, Echtje is pretty much out. And here we go, here come my bombers. That should be more than enough to take out the nuke. But yeah, I make a massive mistake. I actually go for the Moho geothermal plants. And yeah, as you can see, I basically have got nothing to take out to the nuclear silo except for one bomber. So that was a massive, massive mistake on my behalf. I should have seen that nuke silo, or I should have at least scattered a bit more for it if somehow my bombers didn't actually have it in their sights. Yeah, I should have just gone straight for the silence. I should not have gone for the geothermal plants. I think... my thinking at the time, I believe, was that I was hoping that the geothermal plant its explosion would be enough to take out the silencer, but no, but definitely not by a long shot. And yeah, the nuke is almost going to be ready. More bombs being dropped, but unfortunately not enough. If I had a couple more bombers, it would have been alright, but yeah, unfortunately it's not going to work. My anti-nuke is not near finished. I could have had it in the bag, but no. Bam, and away goes the nuke. So massive scrub by myself there. I should have gone straight for the nuke silo, because I was aware that there was one, because I was building the anti-nuke at the very least, and I would have seen the nuclear explosions. Where is that nuke anyway? Ah, there it is. God, but no, I completely stuffed that up, and it's going to be heading straight for my base, of course. Bam, basically taking out everything. Except for my anti-nuke and a couple of windmills basically in my radar tower. But yeah, since pretty much all my infrastructure, my production infrastructure anyway, including the geothermal plant was there, yeah, that's going to screw me over majorly. And one other thing I didn't actually notice was that Echtje actually resigned. So now we've actually got, that's why it says player no name, because Echtje has actually resigned, and his units have actually remained behind. So Too bad he didn't just self-destruct them or something like that, but oh well. What can he do? I'm going to try to... Actually, that's a Stardust. I'm actually going to try to make my way up here, but unfortunately this massive convicts is basically going to erect a wall incredibly quickly. In fact, wow, that's actually quite a few of them. 19 of them are erecting this wall, although this one actually is on the wrong side, but still, that's definitely going to erect it in no time. Going to cost a few resources, but definitely going to stop me from coming in. I'm going to see that, and definitely not going to like what I say, to say the least. So the only way to get through would be through here, and this is pretty heavily defended. The Doomsday Machine is a very mighty defensive structure. I've underestimated it before, but it's definitely a mighty structure provided that the units get into range, and in fact... to a quarter, yeah, so even if you try to get it with artillery or air attacks, yeah, it'll still, well, it can still take a massive pounding before going down actually, so it's a massive pain in the ass to overcome. So yes, it's pretty understandable that he'd build a wall here, and then a Doomsday Machine here has also got a chainsaw being built up. Anti-nuke, he decided to cancel that, probably because he rightfully assumes that no one else has got any nukes. As for myself, I do have a Cloakybot factory being built up again, and there we go, I've got a level 5 strike commander. So he's got a beam laser and, what do you know, heavy machine gun, and yourself, field radar module, bizarre enough, as well as a radar jammer, so better than nothing I guess. And of course he's got the companion drones, the battle drones that are hovering around him. High power servos for extra speed, high density plating for extra health, and okay, blade of arm plates that too, and of course the auto repair system for, well, for automatically repairing himself. Another thing to note with the strike commander is that I believe his health regeneration also goes up as he levels up, so this guy is going to be pretty tough to put down with continuous fire. I mean, with single heavy shots he won't be too much of a worry, but yeah, if he's allowed to just keep on self-healing, then he's definitely going to be harder to put down. But unfortunately I find myself in a bit of a sticky spot. As you can see, we have another nuke, not another nuke, not another Luke. For Burp, it's already been loaded up, and well, he can strike out whenever he feels like it. At the very least, because my guy does have okay, well, not that thing, the commander. He does have the jammer, yep, radar jammer, because he does have that. At least my opponent doesn't quite know where to next land his nuke, although really he could just land it right here. In any case, he's going to be firing off another nuke. Let's just see where it lands. And as you can see, yeah, I'm trying to bombard as much as possible, slowly but surely getting through. This Doomsday Machine will last a pretty long time though, under artillery attack. So where is this nuke going to land? That's the question. Okay, it's going down here, going, and gone, and there goes my anti-nuke as well. Although, even if I didn't manage to take out his nuclear silo, if I at least build the anti-nuke around here, and had the caretakers... indeed. Anyway, if I had the caretakers take care of the production of that anti-nuke, I'm pretty sure I would have had it ready in time. But nope, unfortunately that was not the case, and now, well, just having a look at the incomes, let's see, so yeah, Burp's income is way higher than mine, despite the fact that I've expanded more than he has. His income is still going to be quite a bit higher than mine, okay, mostly due to his massive amounts of energy that are coming in from the Singularity Reactor. Just having a look, yep, it is linked to the energy grid. Just have a look at his overdrive. Yep, that's damn good overdrive, to say the least. God damn. And okay, yeah, that's all linked with the energy transmission pylons. No problemo, and of course he's got his own anti-nuke just in case. Bam. So as for myself, I'm still not resigning, and yeah, I should have got an anti-nuke sooner, but really, that crucial moment for me really happened when I was flying around with those bombers. I had more than enough to take out the silencer, but no, instead I went for the geothermal, which took out my bomber subsequently, allowed the silencer to live, and yeah, there we go, launched the nuke, and the rest is history. So, very crucial moment, completely stuffed it up by... cute. Anyway, yeah, I should have paid more attention to, you know, where exactly his nuclear silo was, but yeah, completely stuffed up the targeting priority on my bombers there. Yeah, well, what can you do? It's all learning experience. In either case, I'm not out of the woods. Well, actually, I'm not out of the woods at all, but should I say I'm not out of the game just yet. Continuing to expand. I still don't have an anti-nuke. Okay, that's interesting, since this silencer, okay, builds them every 3 minutes. Okay, so yeah, it's going to have another nuke ready pretty soon. Yeah, thankfully for the silencer, you can't speed up nuclear missile production, so it'll always be 1 nuke per 3 minutes, unless if you don't have the resources to continually build. So there you go, there's that. As you can see, I managed to destroy all my opponent's defences except for the Doomsday Machine, and of course, yep, he's being powered up just fine and dandy. Just have a look what his main gun can do. Whoa, okay, can do a bit. Some artillery is not going to be able to do too much, and we also got a freaking annihilator as well to be a pain in the ass. Outranging my artillery even. Wow, okay, so even if it didn't have the height advantage, it would still outrange them. Great. Oh well, this thing is missing out on a bit of power actually for some reason. Let's just have a look. It's still getting plenty of power in, so not really sure why exactly this thing... Ah, okay, probably because it's curling up. That's probably it. But in either case, here comes another nuke. What he's going to aim at, I don't know. My anti-nuke is very close to finishing. Will it be finished in time? Well, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and nope, unfortunately not. In either case, it wasn't heading for my base, thankfully, but indeed. Thankfully it wasn't heading for my base, although if it was, maybe, just maybe, the anti-nuke might have been able to launch a missile at point-blank range to take out the nuke before it detonated. Well, I'm not entirely sure if that actually will detonate the nuke anyway, so... Well, whatever, in either case, the anti-nuke came out way too late for myself, and I'm going to be spamming glaives. Why not, eh? Also got a fusion reactor to help supply my power, although no, it isn't linked to any mexes for overdrive, so what can you do? We'll see what happens, eh? My opponent, as you can see, is going to be, well, he's continuing with his nukes, of course. More shield bots, I believe we've got a Strider unit being built. Well, there we go. Okay, there's the Strider hub. And here is the Strider, the funnel web. Very much a pain in the ass, especially when it's actually properly defended. And it's got 2 shields, as you can see. Well, it doesn't actually say it's there. But anyway, as you can see, it does... Well, I don't know how clear that'll look in the video, but it does have 1 outer shield and 1 inner shield there, if you look carefully. And yeah, its drones are a massive pain in the ass as well. So yeah, as long as the funnel web has got proper support, it can do quite a bit of damage and generally be a pain in the ass, as I said earlier. It's yeah, its regular weapons are not that heavy ranged, but its drones on the other hand can, well, as you can see, they can go pretty far out. Well, somewhat far out compared to the funnel web itself, and yeah, because they regenerate for free from the funnel web and they gain experience apparently as well. Well, basically put, the funnel web, provided that it stays out of direct line of fire, it can continuously spawn in attack units. So if you can get multiple funnel webs, you can get multiple drones, and yeah, multiple fun for you and your enemy, to say the least. Oh god, and I'm still not building any anti-air. Nope, no Jeffros being built. Funnel web for Burp is going into my base actually, and he's actually going to come across my builder. Oh god, I'm feeling very optimistic building a geothermal plant indeed. Indeed, and we got another funnel web being built up as well, so, well, it's not really overpowered. It is, well, as you can see, it is basically a heavy, very heavy, well, damn, if I can just get my mouse over it. There we go, yeah, it's a very heavy support spider. Oh, okay, it can move, oh, okay, it's a spider of course, so it can actually move all over the terrain, as you can see. Huh, it looks kind of strange doing that, but there you go. Yeah, it's, well, it's a support spider basically. So if you attack it directly, and if you can attack it under its shields, then really it does have a pretty good amount of health, and it does have some alright close range weapons, but just having a look actually. Yeah, Gauss cannon, yeah. Not too shabby really, but yeah, if you can get close enough to it, then yeah, it's not particularly cost effective. So of course it shines when going Yeah, it absolutely shines when attacking from a distance, and with other stuff supporting it actually. I'm surprised that Burp hasn't sent in some other stuff to support it. Not that it really needs support at the moment, but I'm not giving up just yet. I've actually built an Eraser, and we've got a whole bunch of units who are going to try to get under its cloaking umbrella, including my Commander. So this support striker. Well, it'll be interesting to see how this works out. Unfortunately, a couple of units are kind of phasing in and out of the cloaking field. There we go, finally making it stationary so everyone can get in there. There we go, I'm going to try to lay an ambush for the funnel web and we'll see exactly how well that ambush would go. So yeah, as I was saying, yeah, if you can get units close enough to it, then this funnel web will not be very cost effective at all. This is going to be a pretty small force though, but with the support of the support striker, all his fancy weapons and all that, and his drones, which are cloaked as well, they might be able to take out the funnel web. We'll just have a look. Unfortunately though, we do have another funnel web coming out from my opponent, and oh, that's right, he does have more nukes, but I do have an anti-nuke of my own. So there we go, finally the battle is going to be joined, the Rocco being the first unit to reveal its position, followed by my own drones, I believe. And there we go, now my support striker coming in as well. I probably should have, once my units revealed themselves, I should have actually sent their Razor back, but I believe I kept on sending it forward. There it is. And I got killed off as a result actually, so it kind of sucks, but at the very least I did get the job in, yeah, got the job done in terms of sending my units right next to the funnel web. My commander's right there as well, and hammering away at the spider, at the funnel web, as well as my Zeus, who's doing a bit of paralyzed damage, but really not enough to paralyze a unit like this. So as you can see, my commander doing a pretty good job staying alive actually, and the funnel web is down, taking out every other unit except for my commander. So wow, there we go. That's the power of the support striker, and as you can see, he heals up relatively quickly as well, so he'll be ready for battle before you know it. The only problem is there's another funnel web coming in, and I don't really have much to fight against him, although I do have, no actually never mind, I do have a few Zeuses and Roccos and all that, so if I build up another Eraser, which I'm not doing, I really should be doing that, and then I should be able to take out this funnel web relatively easily. Not sure why these guys are all coming in this way, but there we go, finally. I'm going to be sending in my units back to deal with the funnel web. Burp is actually deciding to be slightly more cautious with it this time, and wow, that worked indeed. Wait a minute, why is that nuke? What the hell? Oh. Okay. That's interesting. That's very interesting to know actually. So apparently my anti-nuke, because I'm pretty sure that nuke flew over my anti-nuke's radius, so apparently the anti-nuke only really works well against nukes that land in its radius, presumably. I'm assuming that's actually what it means. Interesting. DDM, I believe, is this Doomsday Machine. Yeah, actually, I probably could have made the other defenses as well, actually. Whoops. Oh, well, I was focused more so on mobility, I guess. And there we go. I do actually have an Eraser, although most of my units are kind of revealing themselves by shooting at various targets, so I'm not exactly doing the best job there. And here we go. We actually do have a whole bunch of bandits coming in to help out the funnel web, although they're kind of a bit out of position, to say the least, although my units kind of revealing themselves prematurely isn't that great either. There we go, they're finally going to be sent in to hopefully destroy the funnel web, again getting under the shields, so there we go, doing a good job there. Unfortunately my units are getting stuck on the wreckage a little bit. Don't know what the hell my commander's doing. Really seems to be taking his time moving to these different positions, and yep, my energy income is completely nullified after the fusion reactor was taken out. My anti-nuke has been taken out, so even if I do take out this funnel web, which actually looks like it'll be the case, I actually managed to stun it before it gets taken out. It's yeah, what I've got left over probably won't be able to do anything, so poor funnel. So there we go, I am still, okay, it's interesting. Anyway, I'm still not dead yet, but really my position is incredibly desperate. Just having a look at the economy, my opponent is way in front, and really the fact that I was able to take out 2 funnels with pretty minimalistic forces actually is well, quite amazing really, if I do say so myself. And there we go, I'm presumably going to be going for one last charge straight against these stingers, which I could have probably avoided, but well, at least I do have Zeuses, which will do a good job in stunning them, it seems. Too bad I didn't get the stingers to attack my support commander instead, but oh well, because he can take the damage much more easily than the bots can. In fact, yeah, well actually I would have had time to micro my units a little bit more. I should have made sure that my commander was in front so that he would take the initial blows and heal up, but oh well. What can he do? Instead we got Screamers firing missiles at my Vipers, so interesting usage of anti-air, but there we go, there's no other aircraft for them to shoot at, so there you go. I suppose that's just what they're going to do. Okay, never mind. I was probably trying to form a line or something like that, but they just decided to go to attack this Gorse turret instead. And there we go. Slowly but surely, I am actually making my way into my opponent's base. His funnel web, his third funnel web, has not been completed yet. He does have one nuke loaded though, so probably if he wanted to, he could just launch it up against this force and basically take it out completely. Definitely would take out the commander as well, especially in his weakened state. Will he do that? I've got no idea. I don't have any anti-nukes. In fact, I don't really have much of anything at all. Finally sending in a builder to the bottom left, and actually with this... Actually, I don't think it'll fire to me. I'm not entirely sure if resigned players... Oh, okay, too much kind of damage, really. Yeah, I'm not really sure if stuff that's from resigned players actually, fires on the enemy or anything like that. I can't really tell because this Rector is completely stealthed, so the defenses don't even see him. In any case, as you can see, I'm trying. God knows I'm trying, but my forces are slowly but surely getting destroyed. Indeed. And really, that nuclear missile... He can just launch that against me, really, if he wants to. But nope, instead I'm going to... there we go, I'm finally making my final assault, certainly taking my freaking time there. Commander marching into battle along with his trusty Zeus lieutenants, his Praetorians, if you will. And there we go, he just continues to march in, managing to tank loads of damage, and yeah, as you can see... just shooting the crap out of these stingers. He might actually be able to take them both out before dying himself. All of his support, except for the Zeus, has been taken out, and bam, there goes the commander, taking out the Stinger with him. What the... Oh, okay. Not bad. Taking out the Stinger with him, and... unfortunately, though, that's pretty much it, yeah. I'm going to be completely destroyed. I do a vote resignation for some reason, I'm just resigning myself, and that is that. Quite a game, and yeah, nice little last... ditch effort by myself there. Charging in, I did manage to inflict quite a bit of damage with my conventional forces, especially with the commander, managing to destroy 2 funnel webs before finally throwing myself against the opponent's defences and yeah, just getting whittled down to nothing. So definitely a nice little last charge there, so I hope you liked that. And yeah, a bit of an action-packed game once you fast forward past the initial moments of trepidation by all the players, because it's a freaking free-for-all. So there you go, I'll see you all next time. Welcome once again to some 0K action. It's going to be another free-for-all on the Azure Rampart map. Huh. Okay, okay, he's adding in points to where everyone is. Yeah, it's going to be on the Azure Rampart map, and yeah, because it's a free-for-all, we're going to get a whole lot of nothing happening for much of the game, so we'll just do a bit of a fast-forward. Although, I have to admit, the end of this game is actually interesting, to say the least. So in any case, we've got some initial scouts coming across for everyone, nothing too unexpected. Light vehicles for Edrush. Shortbots for Tomica, gunships for Trollfire Snab, he's even got a quick Blackthorn coming in, shortbots for Ad Hoc, and light vehicles for myself. What the hell was that? Oh, okay, that's what that was. The Blackthorn was coming in. Or Fire Snab taking out one player pretty freaking early, and yeah, it's going to be a good trigger for me to actually build a couple of defenders. Should be building up some more significant defenses like Cobras, that's a good start. And there we go, I've actually got my support striker upgraded to level 2, bizarrely enough. Not really sure why I upgraded him past level 1 given this particular style of map, but there we go, we got that. I suppose, actually level 2, I gave him the, for level 2 I believe, yeah that's right, I gave him the field radar module and the radar jammer, so not too shabby. Got a sneaky Pete for Tomico just to cloak his forward defences. At the very least I do manage to get one GFL plant, better than I think I'm sending in all my units here to try to attack. It ain't gonna be enough, so I'm going to have to just retreat from there. Indeed. Yes, and yeah, we're just going to be firing onwards, basically. This Black Dawn for Fire Snap deciding to stay in his own base, and yep, he's basically just going to be building up here. He's clearly going to be the main contender. Also, we do have Tomica actually building up in the water as well, with a whole bunch of tidal generators. The fighters of Fire Snap are going to be finding that out, but we do have some anti-air pieces as well. So that's one thing actually I forgot about this map, and yeah, that is the fact that you can actually build on top of the water, or rather in the water actually, with some buildings, if you have a construction aircraft, and that's exactly what Tomica's doing. A pretty good idea, and indeed, yeah, very good idea indeed. Yeah, with Fire Snap, unfortunately, yeah, he's got, well, he's got 2 players' bases basically, and, okay, that's a good question actually. I'm pretty sure that terraformed terrain, wait a minute, no? Oh no, he's actually referring to something else there. Huh. Oh, okay, no, there's the, huh, okay then, interesting. Anyway, that explains why I'm not seeing any ships then. So I think the water terrain, I think, is harmful to ships, but apparently you can build buildings within it, so not really sure how that works. It says it's swamp, so yeah, don't suicide units indeed. Huh, interesting. Well, in any case, yeah, Fire Snap definitely looks like the main contender, but that might change. I'm building up my very first, yeah, amazing plan D, my very first super weapon, the Disco Rave Party. That's the first ever super weapon I've ever built, and it's interesting that I'm actually building it in this sort of game as well. So, interesting indeed. So yeah, we do have some other defensive structures and singularity reactors being built around, indeed. Singularity reactors being built by Fire Snap is definitely going to have pretty much the most amount of economy out of anyone, but I am building up my own Disco Rave Party. I've got an anti-nuke of my own, and we'll see basically how that works out. Unfortunately, it looks like my opponent... Damn it, I probably should have... Okay, then, I think that was a nuke. I'm not entirely sure, but given the size of that explosion, that probably was a nuke. Just took out Tomica, so now it's just myself, Ad Hoc, and Fire Snap remaining. I think I'll just switch to... Okay, let's just switch over to regular speed actually. There we go, so Disco Rave Party is only half a minute away from completion. About freaking time. We do have an anti-nuke for Ad Hoc. What is he doing actually? And an advanced radar tower on a bit of terraformed terrain just to see out a bit further. Not too shabby. And what the hell actually was... Oh, of course, it was the Behemoth with that triple gun thing aiming at me, of course. Of course, yes, that's actually what was aiming at me, no problemo. Okay, I was wondering, yeah, why I was getting that little salvo of fire coming in every so often. Thankfully though, the hell's that? Okay, well anyway. Ghost turret, blah blah blah. Yep, it can actually hunker down as well to receive only a quarter of incoming damage, so it makes it pretty good for absorbing shots like that. My units are basically just going to be sitting tight, and my Disco Rave Party is finally done. Although what I should have done, yeah, actually, because someone suggested to use the high trajectory, presumably that was to shoot over the walls. I'm pretty sure that even with low trajectory, well, apparently it's experimental for some bizarre reason, but anyway, with the walls and all that, they're not really that high, and I'm pretty sure even on low trajectory the shots would still fly out in a pretty big arc. But in either case, I'm going to be shooting my Disco Rave Party upwards, and we'll see how this nuke... Wait a minute. Ah, okay, so the nuke actually did manage to land, and that was because the anti-nuke of Ad Hoc, with only 3 health, bizarre enough, was disabled. What actually... Ah, of course, it would have been a EMP missile by Fire Snap disabling that. Bloody pain in the ass. What is actually the range on that thing? Let's have a look. So, missile silent. Let's see if I can just select the bloody EMP missile. So, okay, that's its range, of course. That explains it. So it's got one there. Presumably it's going to get another EMP missile out of this silo. So if I built my anti-nuke a little bit further back, I probably could be out of the range of the tactical nuclear silo, but yeah, then the problem is that, yeah, I'm definitely in range of this particular one. It can get me with area of effect damage, basically. And wow, using this high trajectory thing, wow, that is incredibly inaccurate, actually. Jesus Christ, I'm struggling to hit anything, really. 8 or so. Yeah, what I should have done is I should have just got this thing to fire with regular trajectory, and if it couldn't fire at a particular position, then I should have got it to fire at high trajectory. Sorry, high trajectory. But yeah, regular trajectory first, and would have been much more accurate and pretty sure, and the shots would have landed much more quickly as well, rather than firing up into the air like that. But what the hell, they're going to come down eventually. But okay, now we actually got a closer missile silo being built, and yep, it's going to disable my anti-nuke, and you can probably guess what's going to happen next. Here comes the nuke, of course. Just a single nuclear silo by fire snap, but by the looks of it, that's all he really needs. So there you go. Disco Rave Party continuing to shoot upwards and onwards. Apparently got a napalm missile being used as well, and here comes the enemy's nuke straight to my Disco Rave Party. Everything gets destroyed, including the anti-nuke actually. That's interesting, I didn't think it was that close to the nuclear explosion. But there we go, it is a freaking nuclear explosion after all, so... There you go, unfortunately my base is gone, but my Disco Rave Party survives, bizarrely enough. So it's actually continuing to fire. Oh, you gotta love that. Oh god. So there we go. I kind of wish I didn't skip that the bombing of Tomika's base, but well, things are definitely going to be interesting now, to say the least. Unfortunately, though, yeah, with the infrastructure gone, that's kind of going to suck. And yeah, the Disco Rave Party thankfully does not need energy, probably because it's so freaking expensive. The energy is presumably supplied somewhere from within, I guess. So I'm guessing anyway. And it continues to still fire using high trajectory. I definitely should have just switched it to regular trajectory, but oh well. I'm actually going to be... What the hell am I doing, actually? I'm actually making a very desperate attack with my units, and not only am I sending them up against pretty prepared enemy defenses, I was sending them out in a line as well, actually, so making them even less... Indeed. Making them even less effective, actually, being sent out in a line like that to be destroyed one by one. So, whoopsie long, bit of a mistake by myself there. But oh well, as you can see, my forces have pretty much been taken out. Ad Hoc is still in the game though. He does have his anti-nuke repaired, but don't think there's much you can do about these tactical nukes, except for deploying shields over your anti-nuke. I'm not entirely sure how effective that would be, because even the tactical missiles, they do tremendous amounts of damage, and it might actually be enough to penetrate shields in one go. I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. In any case, we do have an Aegis being built by Ad Hoc. We've only 30% shields, so presumably starting with no shields, I think. And there we go, finally this thing gets switched over to regular trajectory. Just have a look, actually. Yeah, it is actually... Yeah, just looking at how its shots are arcing, I'm pretty sure it would have made it over the walls just fine, actually. I did not need to use heavy... No, it's not another one, it's the same one. I definitely did not need to use a high trajectory on that Disco Rave Party. I just having a look at how its shots are arcing. Oh, look, it had a bit of trouble arcing down here to these funnel webs, but still, it's... I think it would have done alright, actually. What is its range anyway? Actually, it can pretty much reach everything. I'm pretty sure with its arch, or arc, or whatever, it would have been able to reach pretty much everywhere here pretty easily using the regular trajectory, just seeing how its shots are arcing. But oh well, it's instead actually going to be used to defend against the funnel webs. Shouldn't even be able to see them really. I don't have any builder units left or anything like that. And here comes another nuke, which is going to finish me off. So yeah, this game certainly was taking forever. Thank God I was able to fast forward past the boring parts in the replay, and there we go, finally finishes me off. And I don't really have anything else. I don't have any builders to rebuild or anything else to attack with. That's it. That's all she wrote. And we don't have any more tactical nukes being dropped here either. Let's just have a look, actually. Oh no, we do have one, actually. Let's have a look. Okay, wow, it does a pretty good amount of damage, or pretty good amount of paralysis damage, actually, to say the least. I'm pretty sure that's enough to disable smaller strata units like this one, actually. Yeah, pretty sure it is. Although it'd have to get through the shield as well, which, yeah, it shouldn't have much trouble doing, actually, with the amount of paralysis damage it's doing. So, yeah, there we go. Yeah, well, I probably need multiple shield generators in order to defend my anti-nuke. If I did have that, then I suppose I could have kept on going then, really. Because my opponents, well, none of my opponents had any other super weapons built up, I'm pretty sure. Now we do have crap loads of airplanes for Atomica. He's actually going to be building up another base here even, kind of clustering this island of plenty of fancy buildings, chainsaws, cobras, even a fancy radar tower, and an anti-nuke to boot as well. Apparently you can build these air repair pads as well, actually, on the water as well. I wonder if you can build the airplane plant on there. Not entirely sure. In either case, we do have anti-nukes for... Oh, never mind, he's actually resigned. Oh, so now he's called No Name. Can't remember what he was called before. Atomico? Yeah, that's right, Atomico. I'm pretty sure I've resigned. Yep, sure I have. But yeah, so Atomico and myself have resigned. Ad Hoc is still in, but I don't like his chances, to say the least. Okay, I think these units might actually still be attacking, despite the fact that Atomico has resigned. Well, it's interesting though, he did actually have multiple anti-nukes actually built up, so maybe I should have just built a couple of hidden anti-nukes. Or at least multiple anti-nukes spread out enough so that even if one or two of them get disabled or destroyed, then enough will be able to defend, really, because yeah, once I got that Disco Rave Party up, then I'm pretty sure my conventional forces would have been able to do not much anyway. So there we go, what can you do? It looks like the anti-nuke of Ad Hoc has been disabled anyway, so it may be managing to penetrate through the shields. Got a nuke coming in to Ad Hoc's space, and he's going to die a horrible, horrible death. Let's get a nice little close-in view of that, actually. Bam! Just got like that little shockwave and everything. Ah, okay then. It's interesting, there was no nuclear explosion there. Huh. Okay then, well, there we go, so much for that. Okay, I'm not really sure why the game's still going. Oh, okay, because Ad Hoc has got a few units remaining. Yeah, there we go, actually I didn't even see it when I was actually playing. That's very bizarre. I wonder if the anti-nuke maybe intercepted the nuclear missile just before it hit, maybe, and still detonated it, but without a nuclear explosion. I don't know, but a bit of a strange bug by the looks of it. But there we go, an interesting game nonetheless, once you fast forward. And they have it, super weapons being deployed, nukes winning the game as freaking usual, it seems. Although, at the very least, this time it was with the assistance of tactical missiles, I guess, so there you go. Good game to my opponent. So this has been Dame Didovich signing off.